Because the thing is, it kind of doesn't always matter where we are. We have these experiences regardless.
Right.
And so I think that humanity is what you're gonna...
Alicia Keys drops the bomb on how she busted Swizz Beatz and La La Anthony creeping. Gossip streets are eating it up. Seems Alicia's man Swizz Beatz got messy with none other than La La Anthony. Yep, Carmelo's ex. And chilly, the second that tea spilled, folks didn't even blink. They were already dragging torches out. But hold up, before we start tossing blame and writing marriage-wrecking headlines, let me spill the tea right. There's the alleged mess floating around, and then there's what's actually stamped in black and white. Receipts first. Alicia and Swizz tied the knot back in 2010. 2 kids later, still giving us picture-perfect red carpet grins. La La Anthony, meanwhile, said I do to Carmelo in 2010 too, only to file divorce papers in 2021 after years of him. Well, let's just say Melo's jersey was racking up points everywhere but the hardwood. So when this caught together story dropped, people instantly started linking it back to 2021, when radio host Miss Jones swore she had a DM straight from Swizz's camp claiming he was tangled up with La La. Swizz shot it down. Alicia stayed silent, and the internet brushed it off until now. That's how scandals work. A tiny flicker back then, but today, full-blown wildfire. See, the gossip don't even need receipts. Just the thought of La La, a woman moving in the same circle, being tied to Alicia's husband, that alone is enough to make Twitter punch the clock like it's their full-time hustle.
Is to have a partner in the scene that is cool and patient and understanding so it does.
Back in 2013, whispers started about Swizz being a little too cozy at those industry parties. Nothing ever landed, but trust, the streets don't forget. Jump to 2016, Carmelo Anthony gets blasted for allegedly fathering a baby outside his marriage. That rocked La LA's world, and suddenly she was stepping out solo, looking flawless and unbothered. But y'all know how men in power circles operate. Soon, as a woman feeling vulnerable, here come the friends sliding in to console her. By 2017 into 2018, paparazzi kept snapping La La at the very same events as Swizz and Alicia. Nothing scandalous, just group vibes, fashion weeks, art shows. But y'all know how photos without captions live forever online. Somebody always zooming in, talking about, check that body language. Chilly, her leaning over for a cocktail becomes a whole thesis on adultery. Then came 2021, and this is when the tea really overflowed. Miss Jones, a radio host known for spilling raw and reckless gossip, went live claiming Swizz was sneaking around with La La. She swore a reliable plug from Swizz's camp handed her the receipts. Social media exploded, blogs feasted, but both parties stayed mute. La La brushed it off, and Swizz hopped online acting like folks were losing it. Meanwhile, Alicia stayed silent, cause let's be honest, sometimes silence screams louder than words. Now here we stand in 2025, and boom, rumors claim Alicia caught them slipping again. No photos, no leaked DMs, just whispers growing legs because the storyline sells. La LA's single, Swizz got history, and Alicia's famous for staying polished in public. Truth or not, it don't even matter. The messy timeline makes it sound believable. And that's the thing with gossip, it don't require receipts, just a pattern. Now let's be real, La La could be chilling, edges laid, doing nothing, and still land in somebody's scandal. Why? Because her saga ticks every single box for a blog made of pure chaos. First off, she's a certified beauty in the hip-hop scene. From her MTV VJ era to power, La LA's always been the one folks call fine. And in an industry where male egos outgrow their bank accounts, that alone makes her a constant target. If a man so much as exhales near her, suddenly they're together. Second, her roller coaster marriage to Carmelo Anthony was already dripping with drama. Melo got exposed with side pieces more than once. Y'all remember that messy 2017 scandal with the alleged love child? Phew. La La tried to keep it together, but once trust shatters, the public never lets it slide. Each time a man dogs her out, folks jump to, oh, she's definitely getting her lick back, even when she's not. Third, La LA's career moves always keep her in the orbit of powerful men. Acting gigs, reality TV, red carpets, private events, she stays visible. Unlike Sarah Chapman, Chance's mama, who kept it quiet, La LA's brand survives on visibility. And that spotlight means extra cameras, extra speculation, and endless storylines waiting to be cooked. Finally, she's single now. And in gossip math, single plus attractive plus industry equals automatic mess. She's sleeping with somebody's husband. Folks don't even care if it's true. They just love tossing La La into scandals because drama sells.
You know, I can't lean on what I did before. I gotta put my feet in the paint today. and work.
Now let's get into Swizz, because his name stays spinning in the rumor mill. And not just today, this been for years. See, Swizz and Alicia's love story already kicked off wrapped in scandal. Word is, he was still legally tied to his first wife, Ms. Honda, when he started vibing with Alicia. Ms. Honda even blasted that infamous open letter back in 2009 accusing Alicia of wrecking her home. So from the jump, folks been side-eyeing this whole union. Swizz himself? He's bold, flashy, and thrives in the spotlight. Art shows, flashy rides, over-the-top gifts, Swizz knows how to make women feel noticed. That's literally his brand. And when your whole aura screams ladies' man, folks assume temptation is always lurking. On top of that, Swizz got a messy track record, drama with his exes, public spats over child support, whispers of side flings even after tying the knot with Alicia. It all lingers. So when talk of Swizz cheating hits, nobody even asks for proof. His reputation already wrote the script. Mix that with La LA's situation and boom, automatic scandal. To the streets, it's almost too perfect. Swizz, the flashy producer with the wandering eye, and La, the stunning single actress fed up with Mello's mess. Fact or fiction? Doesn't even matter. The story tells itself. Alicia Keys has always mastered the long game with her image. She built her brand on soul, elegance, and that untouchable queen aura who don't do mess. Just think when Mashanda aired her out back in the day, Alicia didn't clap back on Twitter. She didn't hop on Instagram live crying. She just stayed quiet, smiled through interviews, and doubled down on her music. And that silence, it worked. Over time, people moved on. Alicia went from home recorder headlines to being remembered as the barefoot goddess at the piano. Fast forward to now, the rumors about Swizz and La Alicia ain't saying nothing again. And that's strategic, because the moment she talks, the blogs feast. By staying silent, she fuels speculation but keeps her crown polished. The catch? Silence slices both ways. Fans start digging deeper. Why isn't she defending her man? Why so hush? Maybe cause it's true. Like they say, silence often reads as agreement. And here, Alicia's hush keeps the queen image intact, but Loki throws gasoline on the fire. Folks will either crown her the strong queen who don't entertain chaos, or label her the wife silently suffering. Either way, she's dragged into the storyline even while saying nothing. That's the game with Hollywood tea, it ain't always about truth. It's about leverage. These La and Swizz whispers, they're not just petty drama. They're weapons. They get used to distract, to discredit, or to push pressure behind the curtains. Just think back to Offset and Cardi's whole circus. Every cheating rumor always seemed to explode right when something bigger was cooking, an album drop or a court battle. Same vibe here. Swizz is knee-deep in the art game, tied to billion-dollar galleries. Alicia's still packing arenas on tour. La LA's hustling to lock down Hollywood lanes. One nasty whisper can rattle all that. Brands get jumpy, directors hesitate on casting, and suddenly doors slam shut. And sometimes, these rumors aren't random, they get planted on purpose. Purpose. Maybe it's a hater, maybe a rival, maybe even someone inside the circle stirring the pot. That's why gossip ain't just gossip. In this game, it's chess. So when blogs keep pushing La and Swizz, you gotta ask, who cashes in? Is it clickbait? Is it someone trying to knock Alicia down a peg? Or is it just a way to trap La in the messy friend box instead of letting her shine? End of the day, rumors are weapons. And when you mix Swizz's messy past with La LA's baggage from Mello, it don't take much for folks to believe the worst. Let's be honest, La Anthony been grinding since her MTV VJ era. She carved her name far beyond just being Carmelo Anthony's wife. Books, beauty brand, acting gigs, producing, sis been stacking wins. But the streets don't always separate La the hustler from La the ex-wife. Every time Mello's name trends, NBA legacy or side babies, La gets dragged back into it. Folks clock her glow up, the new body, the acting roles, the red carpets, and whisper, she only leveled up cause she ditched Mello. Now here's where it really gets spicy. If the chatter about Swizz holds weight, people just recycle the same script, she swapped one. Baller for another man with power. If it's all lies, folks still side-eye her wins and question if some man's funding the shine. Either way, her hustle stays buried under men's names. Meanwhile, Mello, despite all the rumored cheating and outside babies, still gets introduced as a future Hall of Famer. Folks brush off his dirt like footnotes. That's the double-edged sword La LA's been stuck with. Her wins get tangled in scandal, his wins tied to stats. So when whispers link La with Swizz, it ain't just gossip. It's another way her shine gets overshadowed by a man's rep, and that imbalance been haunting her career for years. Speaking of imbalance, let's talk double standards. When Swizz pops up in cheating rumors, people shrug like, well, y'all know how Swizz is. But let LA's name get tossed in, and suddenly she's messy, thirsty, can't hold a man. See the pattern? This ain't brand new. Look back, when Beyonce took Jay-Z back after his cheating, folks questioned her worth instead of his dirt. When Jennifer Lopez moved from one love to the next, she was branded desperate. Yet men like Future can father every zodiac sign and still get hyped as the toxic king. Lala gets zero grace. She held Melo down through his NBA run, stayed loyal, even swallowed public humiliation. But the second she's caught living her best life, whether acting with 50 Cent or rumored near Swizz, she's dragged. That's Hollywood's script for women. You're either the saintly wife suffering in silence, or the villain who stole somebody's man. And here's the kicker, blogs cash out by boxing women that way. Mess sells better when LA's the homewrecker and Alicia's the quiet queen. Nobody clicks if it's just three thriving stars, coexisting in peace. So yeah, the double standards ain't just about gossip. They shape careers, endorsements, and even how future roles get offered. Men bounce back with ease. Women, they got to fight uphill just to get folks to see them as more than the scandal attached to their name. And what's even worse is the fact that the kids end up catching strays too. Because this is the part nobody want to talk about, but it's the realest. Whenever these cheating and DNA rumors start flying, the kids end up stuck in the crossfire. Lala and Melo's son, Kian, he's a teen now, already hooping, pulling college offers, building his own lane. But instead of just being Kian the baller, he's got to hear whispers like, ain't your dad the cheater? Or your mom trending with Swizz? That's baggage no kid should hold. Same with Swizz and Alicia's little ones, they're too young to even spell scandal, but the internet's already dragging their daddy's name through dirt. Imagine growing up, Googling your parents, and finding nothing but rumor threads. That's generational baggage carved into their digital footprints. And the craziest part? None of these kids signed up for it. They didn't pick who their parents loved, cheated on, or left behind. Yet in the court of public opinion, they always pay the price. Same script we've seen with Future's kids, Diddy's kids, even Will and Jada's kids. Public scandals leave private casualties. And 9 times out of 10, it's the children. So while the grown folks wrestle over rumors, the kids inherit the side eye. That's the ugly truth of gossip nobody says out loud. It don't just stay online, it bleeds into real childhoods. But let's be real. This Lala, Swizz, Alicia, Melo entanglement? It ain't dying anytime soon. Why? It's got every ingredient blogs feast on: power couples, shady timing, alleged receipts, and the clash between Alicia's angel aura and LA's fiery glow-up. Feels like a Tyler Perry rom-com gone messy. Even if they all spoke tomorrow and said, it's all lies, we're just family friends, the internet still wouldn't buy it. Folks already wrote their script. Some paint Lala as leveling up. Some paint Swizz as messy. Some see Alicia too silent to be happy. It's like a giant puzzle nobody actually wants solved. And here's the kicker, the culture never lets black love triangles die. Think back to Diddy, Cassie, and Kim Porter, or Chloe, Tristan, and Jordan Woods. Once the internet latches onto a storyline like this, it morphs into its own soap opera. Lala could land 10 acting gigs. Alicia could drop another album. Swizz could host another beat battle, but one blurry rumor will still outtrend it all. That's why this saga won't die down. It stopped being about truth a long time ago. It's about the thrill of picturing powerful people tangled in chaos. So whether there's fire beneath the smoke, or just blogs stirring chaos, one thing stays clear: Lala, Swizz, Alicia, and Melo are locked in a storyline the internet refuses to end. And honestly, that's the fuel that keeps the gossip machine alive.